Hey there, it's me, Ship. Now, I know this video is late, but trust me, I've been busy, I've been sick, I've been dying, alright? So please, either way, this video is a long one, so let's just get to it. So as of now, there are 7 featured Minecraft servers, which are, Hive, Cubecraft, Galaxite, Mindville, Pixel Paradise, and probably another one that I'm just forgetting that's probably not very good. I'm going to be ranking all of these servers because one, I know it's not an original idea, but I've been playing on Minecraft Bedrock for a while now, and I think that I could give all these servers a pretty fair rating, and two, a lot of the videos doing this are kind of, well, bad. What is this thumbnail? First server, we're already starting off with a big hit. Mineplex. Overall, this server really isn't very good, but it's also not like genuinely awful and it hurts to play on. This server is a C tier, only for the fact that the bar is set so low because we have other servers that we need to look at. Now, the reason why I gave this server a C tier is because one, it's not pay to play. You don't need to pay for anything to access a lot of the stuff on the server, unlike other servers. It's got some alright games. The server can be a tad bit laggy at times, so that's why it's just a C. Okay, next we have Lifeboat. Now, I'm pretty sure that the server, bots its players, because there's no way, there ain't no way that there are this many people on this server. Like, this server's ass. I don't like it, it's really bad. I don't even want to spend a lot of time on this server because one, not only are the game modes ass, they're pretty basic and they don't have much to offer. You can get elytras in Skywars, and if you put on those elytras and you fly for long enough, then the anti-cheat will just kick you. It kicks you for flying. Like, hell nah, bro. I refuse to believe that there are 5,000 people at all times playing this shitty server. It's not even good. Listen, I played one game, I got kicked by the anti-cheat. The players are really laggy. It takes forever to queue into a game because there are no people playing, which also leads me to believe that, this number right here is fake. Oh shit, I knocked my mic over. Like, this server just isn't good, and I'm gonna give it an F because I don't see why you would even put yourself through this pain. Alright, next we got Mindville from InPvP. Now, this server is interesting because one, you have to pay for almost every single thing in this server. Like, I'm surprised that you can even do this in a Minecraft server, let alone twice. I can't really, review anything in this server because I don't want to pay for any of this stuff. It doesn't really seem like something that would really be fun. But something that I will say is that consistently it's had around 1k players, alright? I guess the people who bought all the stuff in this, server really liked it because I guess they're still sticking around. All the 9-year-olds using mommy's credit card really like this cash grab. I would say that this server probably just isn't even worth it, so it's an automatic F tier. Now, I alluded to this a bit earlier when I said let alone twice. InPvP did it again. They made a whole nother cash grab. This one's, slightly better because you can, play Spleef and TNT Run. 2 very original games, I may add. It's literally just the same thing, but with a tropical theme. Mindville has prisons, and Pixel Paradise has a mining game, has prisons, but essentially just in volcano form. It's the exact same thing, but with even more microtransactions than before. It's the most recent Minecraft Bedrock featured server, but it's probably the most hated just because of how stupid it is. I mean, why do I have to pay to access like 90... It's literally just Mindville, but with a tropical theme. You still have to pay for 90% of the things on the server, and they're even more expensive this time. I'm going to assume that most of the people playing on this server are probably younger and playing on their mommy's iPad or on mobile, right? Because there ain't no way in hell that, an adult or someone who's financially responsible will pay for anything on this server unless they're doing a video on it, Imagine having to pay like double the price for something in a game just to access something that's supposed to be in there, but it's not. That's essentially just what Pixel Paradise is. But at the very least, they got some god-awful hub music. Oh my god, I'm sorry to whomever made this, but Jesus Christ, this is not a banger. Talking about cash grabs, let's talk about my sponsor, baby! That's right, I sponsored myself. If you're still watching the video, you are probably liking the video so far. So if you are, and if you want to subscribe, that would mean a lot to me, because 1, it helps me grow, and 2, it's free, unlike Pixel Paradise. Okay, so we're down to the final 3, and the 3 that you probably care most about. You know, Hive, Cubecraft, and Galaxite. Let's start with the small fry Galaxite. This server released almost 2 years ago, from what I remember. It had a rough launch, and it actually does have a community, unlike a lot of the servers down below, you know? This server is a lot more fun than other ones, and this server actually has quality, something that you don't really find here in Minecraft Bedrock featured server list. But if I'm talking all this good stuff about this server, why is it so low in player count? Well, it's probably because of 2 major reasons. 1, it launched later. It just didn't have the same brand power as Hive or Cubecraft did. You know, they already had communities, they already had standing power, they were already established. So their players are probably just going to stick to the server that they're already maining instead of just some random new one that just opened up across the street. And 2, it had kind of a rough start, I already mentioned this before, but there just weren't that many games or very good games at the launch of the server. Nowadays, it has that one Mario Kart game, it has Rush, which is just Chronos but Sky Wars, and it has Playground, which I've not played a lot, I'm going to be honest. These are all good games that deserve at least some traction, because they're at least more original, and, well, they're actually kind of fun. So Galaxite is just a good server. I mean, it pushed itself a lot higher than it was at launch, so boom. Alright, Cubecraft. It's currently the most popular Minecraft server, beating the Hive by a few thousand players daily. This server has a lot of games, like it has a ton, and they get out content pretty regularly compared to other servers. Like last year, 2021 was a really good year for Cubecraft because 1, it overtook the Hive, and 2, it kept on, you know, releasing banger after banger. There was this one whole there was an entire like spring RPG, there was like a normal RPG, Magic and Mayhem, there was a lot of stuff last year. I can definitely see why this server has a lot of players now, and why it's overtaken the Hive. But one complaint that I've had for this server for a long time is the fact that hardcore mode exists. I've seen some people just pick this game mode and then just leave the game, like they're just trolling, they're just menaces to society, they have no bitches. I hate this game mode so much because 1, you need to pay for it, so not everyone can vote against this game mode, and if someone does vote for this game mode, that's probably the game that's going to be played, and 2, it's just really annoying, it's just not fun, I just don't like it at all. So with that being said, I really don't have any more gripes about this server. Alright, now time for the server that you guys have probably been waiting for, and probably the server that I'm going to have the most fun reviewing. Now, I've made it clear in the past that I've been distancing myself a bit more from Hive, because they really don't like to, well, update their stuff, you know? With that being said, for now, I'm just going to give my honest review on the Hive, and then later, I'm going to give my opinion on the Hive, okay? Because after all, just because I think that the Hive has been kind of mid lately, doesn't mean that overall, they aren't a decent server. Okay, here's the Hive experience summed up real quick. You might see 1 or 2 people with clout, a YouTube rank, you know, any of that, right? You take pictures of them without your consent, then you go onto the minigames. All of their minigames have these 3D models which are pretty nice, alright? They used to be worse. I'm glad they updated them. They were kind of smelly before. Either way, you're probably here to play 2 games, Treasure Wars or Sky Wars, because let's be honest, those are probably the best games on the Hive. Other ones like Death Run, pretty good. I like it. It's pretty good whenever you're in a VC with a bunch of buddies and you don't know what to play, or you just got bored of Sky Wars or Treasure Wars. There's also Hide and Seek. It's just hide and seek. There's survival games, which is like, you know, Hunger Games, you know, if you're a OG virgin like me. And last but not least, I think, we have Just Build. It's a pretty decent game. There's a lot of racism and penises in this game. There's a lot of cock and balls. So play at your own risk, I guess. Overall, the Hive has put in a lot of effort to make their server look good. I'm going to be honest, they probably have the best presentation out of any of these servers, but the one thing that I will say is that lately, they have just not been listening to the community as much as I think they should. Not that the community is very smart half the time, but anyway. Hive has lost its #1 place in Minecraft Bedrock server Kingdom, alright? It's no longer at the top, it's been overtaken by Cubecraft. And for a pretty decent reason too. Now, over the past few months, the quality of Hive updates has just dropped drastically. Player counts have also dropped drastically. All over Minecraft Bedrock servers. The Hive is a good server sometimes, but they just don't really get out that quality stuff that they used to. Let's look at some of the last updates that the Hive has had. Alright, we've had the winter update, which was very mid. It wasn't very good. We have the replay pass, which is something that you pay for. It was pretty decent. It does what it's supposed to do. We have the Halloween update, which was garbage. It just brought back Ghost Invasion and gave you a costume. We also have one update that I really hated, which was the one where it made it look as if all your friends were online if they had Hive Plus. This update is objectively bad because it serves no purpose than to just confuse me. I would be alright if the menus looked slightly better, but they don't. They just look confusing. I think that a friend's online, and I try to send them an invite, but when it doesn't work, oh, it's because they're offline. They just have Hive Plus. Anyway, I don't want to go like into the entirety of Hive's sins, alright? I've made a video on it. I might make another one if it really needs to be made. But that's about it. If you want to see more on why I don't like the Hive, then go to my other video. But in all fairness, the Hive is just a decent server. They aren't very good anymore, but they also aren't awful. They don't deserve to be put down in the C tier or in the B tier or anything below that because they're not Pixel Paradise tier, right? They're not garbage. But they also don't deserve an S or an A. For me, they're just a B. They're mid.